if it weren't for the next two superstars in our showcase, none of this would be possible. Because without Afa and Sika, without the wild Samoans, there truly is no dynasty. While it was their father who made the blood oath with High Chief Peter Maivia, it was Afa and Sika who built the family up, training generations of relatives, all with the single goal of becoming the best professional wrestler on the face of the planet. And while the two would together be WWE Hall of Famers, based solely on their work as trainers and cultivators of the next generation, their in-ring successes only add to their immortality. Afa and Sika formed WWE's most dominant tag team of the early 1980s, fighting their way to the WWE Tag Team Championship on 3 separate occasions. Opponents were often defeated before the bell even rang to start the match, falling victim to the aura and the intimidation factor of having to step into the ring with the wild Samoans. Accompanied by Captain Lou Albano, the trio formed a masterful group that was able to take all opponents off their game, be it through Albano's devious schemes or the overpowering nature of the wild Samoans. WWE had never dealt with a team so primal, turning each match into a battle of survival. Most feared, the deadly Samoan drop, a move that has been imitated by many, but duplicated only by a chosen few.
There they are, the wild Samoans.
These are immigrants coming from the island, trying to figure it out, trying to find a way. I couldn't imagine being these men. I couldn't imagine taking on these responsibilities of setting the tone in a whole new country. And then trying to break into entertainment on top of that. But they made it work. And that's what we are. We're workers. We make it work.
These tribal elders set the standard for all of their descendants to not only follow, but they also taught their descendants how to surpass it. So beloved were the two that perhaps no moment holds more significance to your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, than when he was presented the Ula Fala by his father Sika and Uncle Afa after the 2020 Hell in a Cell event. You see, it was their acknowledgement that gave Roman Reigns the unshakable confidence to continue his journey to becoming the greatest of all time.
The utmost respect, love, and gratitude for those men. Because if my father and uncle don't do what they do, we're not here.
We now humbly present to you the honor of walking in the famed footsteps of the wild Samoans, finding a tag team in WWE's long and storied history that we felt would test the wild Samoans was not an easy task. But then a thought came to your wise man. Why not give the audience exactly what they want? Why not put the wild Samoans against one of the greatest tag teams of all time? Why not present Afa, Sika, the wild Samoans versus Bubba Ray and Devon the Dudley Boys. And if we're going to go that far, let's do it in a tables match. Showcase that savage brutality that made both teams the eternal legends we know them to be. No pinfalls, no submissions, no rules. Just be the team that avoids being put through the table, and you will emerge victorious. And with these 4 men, you better believe that things are going to get extreme.
And here they come. Bubba Ray and Devon are ready for a fight.
That's just what they'll get from Afa and Sika, and then some.
The following contest is a tag team tables match. And at a combined weight of 603 pounds, Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys.
It takes a strong brotherly bond to agree to go into battle against the Wild Samoans, but that's exactly what Bubba Ray and Devon have.
I have a strong feeling this match isn't going to be for the faint of heart.
Well, look, the Dudley Boys may not be all there in the head, but they're easily the most highly decorated tag team in pro wrestling history. They've beaten the best, they've beaten the toughest, and they're ready to come in and beat the wildest tonight.
Both the Dudley Boys and the Wild Samoans are coming into this tables match with something to prove. Who's the best tag team of all time? Who's the more cohesive, brotherly unit?
Who's more savage? Who's more extreme? Gentlemen, we are moments away from finding out the answers to these questions once and for all.
Guys, this is going to be a great one. You can feel the electricity already.
I feel the excitement and some fear, too.
Welcome by Captain Lou Albano. At a combined weight of 645 pounds, Afa and Sika, the Wild Samoans.
This tables match might be a dream match for many, but for both the Wild Samoans and the Dudley Boys, this is about to be one team's greatest nightmare.
Afa and Sika clearly not looking to back down here.
The Dudleys can certainly handle their own, but they've never faced anyone or anything like the Wild Samoans.
Those mean looks on both Afa and Sika's faces, I'll tell you, they're out for blood. And the Dudleys are about to walk right into the lion's den.
Two-on-two tables match here with the masters of the match, the Dudley Boys, taking on the Wild Samoans.
There's always those thoughts in the back of your mind. My brother can beat up your brother. My brother can put your brother through a table faster. Finally, we get to see those thoughts become a reality.
Saxton, I never want to hear about the inner workings of your mind ever again.
I second that, but the Dudley Boys and the Wild Samoans are two teams who also clearly have a few screws loose. This should be intense. Corey, the Wild Samoans are about as tough and mean as they come, a very physical duo, and we've seen how they use their heads, almost like a concrete weapon.
Yeah, they don't need much flash. They're just a formidable ground and pound team. If they lack in offensive creativity, they make up for it in blunt force trauma. And nothing packs more blunt force trauma than an Afa or Sika headbutt. Nice scoop slam.
Corey, I've got to know, what can the Wild Samoans do to get the advantage in this tables match? After all, this is the Dudley Boys match, the match they put on the map, the match they're synonymous with.
Maybe the Wild Samoans have to be a little less wild, Cole. They still need to brutalize their opponents because that's what they do best. But the last thing Afa and Sika want to do is rush head first into a table. After all, that's the Wild Samoans just completely wrecking the Dudley Boys in there.
Hava and Sika, both individuals that compete barefooted. Not something common of most wrestlers, Corey, but it is actually very customary in the Samoan wrestling heritage.
It's how they train. It's how they live in the Isle of Samoa. And no one delays a fight just to put some boots on. Samoans are ready for battle at the drop of a hat.
Oh, an arm breaker. Oh, elbow drop. Piercing. And Sika had no reflexes to answer for that.
You can almost feel the intensity coming from Bubba Ray on that attack.
Bubba Ray taking a moment to see if the fans will show some love.
Oh, strong impact. That blow might be a test to Bubba Ray's toughness. And we can harp on how this match was.
Devon Dudley looking to take this one biblical.
He drives him down with saving grace. The Wild Samoans just took a bumpy trip to Dudleyville.
This is a situation you want to avoid.
Oh, man, right to the esophagus.
He's setting this table up, and guys, someone's about to have a really bad night. Whip back into the ring. Just like that, sent out of the ring.
Right to the kidneys from behind.
Getting caught by the axe handle. And the Wild Samoans always have that gaze in their eyes, that look that makes you question their understanding of their surroundings.
Yeah, and I have to wonder if Alpha and Sika are even aware of what the tables are for. I'm afraid they'll just keep on dishing out punishment, expecting a bell to eventually win.
Coming back from the outside now.
Stairs.
Oh, it takes a big clean hit from the table, taking full advantage of the foreign object in play here. Back-to-back attacks. Come on, stop this. Your point's made. No need to keep on doing this.
A very ferocious demeanor emanates from the Wild Samoans. Like, popped up into the Samoan drop. Incredible.
Alpha and Sika might have just shown us the prey.
Decides to let his opponent out of the hold.
Might have felt like he was losing his grip and didn't want the opposition to counter out of the submission. Oh, man.
Grabbing a hold of the arm. Boom.
And into the corner he goes. Oh, God. Oh, look at this.
Boot right in the throat.
Clubbing blow. I still can't get over the look I always see on the Wild Samoans. It's like they have a one-track mind towards savage brutality.
They for sure answered yes to every question that makes up a scary tag team. Yes, they're rough. Yet, popped up into the Samoan drop. Incredible. That's it. Alpha just ended things.
He's looking to go high risk from the top rope at the top.
Look out below.
Putting it all on the line and coming up big with a breathtaking move.
Hopped up. Hopped up. Into the Samoan drop. Incredible. Alpha had them measured.
And we're witnessing two titans of the tag team game absolutely destroying each other here.
The Wild Samoans and the Dudley Boys battling for supremacy, battling to get the other team through some tables.
The Dudley Boys came in tonight knowing they had to turn up the dial, had to match Alpha and Sika's level of aggression. Bubba Ray and Devon know they have to be extreme as they can be.
Yeah, but what the Dudleys call extreme, the Wild Samoans just call regular old Tuesday. Alpha and Sika are just a different breed of wrestling.
Look, I don't care who you are. You could be King Kong or a kaiju. It's going to be curtains for you if you're on the receiving side of a Wild Samoan headbutt from the top rope. Are you kidding me?
Oh, the physicality. Unbelievable. Bad spot for Alpha. And the Dudley Boys remain the kings of the tables match.
Here are your winners, Bubba Ray and Devon.
Here's the battle, and it's the Wild Samoans, Alpha and Sika, taking on Devon and Bubba Ray Dudley, the Dudley Boys.
Two sets of brothers, two sets of absolute...
Look out! Suicide dive. 2-on-2 tables match here with the masters of the match, the Dudley Boys, taking on the Wild Samoans.
There's always those thoughts in the back of your mind. My brother can beat up your brother. My brother can put your brother through a table faster. Finally, we get to see those thoughts become a reality.
Saxton, I never want to hear about the inner workings of your mind ever again.
I second that, but the Dudley Boys and the Wild Samoans are two teams who also clearly have a few screws loose. This should be intense. And the Wild Samoans always have that gaze in their eyes, that look that makes you question their understanding of their surroundings.
Yeah, and I have to wonder if Alpha and Sika from way up.
Oh, God, terrible landing on the outside.
Crashing and burning in maybe the worst way possible.
Trying to fight with a hurt arm is no easy task. Alpha turning up the intimidation factor.
Such a peculiar look coming from the Wild Samoans, as if they have no control of their animalistic behavior.
Headbutt.
And he's pulled the ring apron up, looking under there for something.
A steel chair? Something we all know can be a devastating weapon.
And Bubba is a bit staggered after that attack.
Yeah, he better regroup fast before someone uses this moment to send him smashing through a table.
Now, these are obviously two juggernaut tag teams clashing, but this is also a match that clearly favors one team over the other.
Popped up.
He's able to reverse it. Corey, the Wild Samoans are about as tough and mean as they come, a very physical duo, and we've seen how they use their heads, almost like a concrete weapon.
Yeah, they don't need much flash. They're just a formidable ground and pound team. If they lack in offensive creativity, they make up for it in blunt force trauma. Launcher.
Bubba Ray plotting here. And the Dudley Boys remain the kings of the tables match.
Here are your winners, Bubba Ray.
Here's the battle, and it's the Wild Samoans, Alpha and Sika, taking on Devon and Bubba Ray Dudley, the Dudley Boys.
Two sets of brothers, two sets of absolute madmen, ready to get the tables and get downright savage.
Bringing a new definition to the term sibling rivalry. This one will get extremely physical.
And the Wild Samoans always have that gaze in their eyes, that look that makes you question their understanding of their surroundings.
Yeah, and I have to wonder if Alpha and Sika are even aware of what the tables are for. I'm afraid they'll just keep on dishing out punishment, expecting a bell to eventually ring.
Out with a clothesline. And what need is there to go looking under the apron like this?
Bubba isn't asking for a table tonight. He's getting it himself.
Returning back to the ring.
Getting to his feet, but he doesn't know what's waiting.
Such a peculiar look coming from the Wild Samoans, as if they have no control of their animalistic behavior. Corey, I've got to know, what can the Wild Samoans do to get the advantage in this tables match? After all, this is the Dudley Boys. Here we go.
Pulling it back. A very ferocious demeanor emanates from the Wild Samoans, like they're part of a pack of untamed beasts. I really wonder what it'll take for the Dudley Boys to have control of them.
Maybe they'll take a sledgehammer? A truck? They're not human, Byron. You can knock them down, but they'll keep coming back.
Incoming!
Somebody stop this competitor.
Trying to do as much damage as humanly possible.
But at what cost?
And Devon didn't find a counter for that.
Yeah, Alpha just brought the fight to him. Back body drop. Devon with some agility.
Readjusting the furniture. We know how this ends.
He's able to avoid heavy contact.
answers right back. Corey, the Wild Samoans are about as tough and mean as they come, a very physical duo, and we've seen how they use their heads, almost like a concrete weapon.
Yeah, they don't need much flash. They're just a
Hopped up into the Samoan drop. Incredible.
Alpha and Sika might have just shown us the prelude to...
Oh, no. Now possibly setting up for a submission maneuver. He looked
Soaring
through the air and connects. That's going to be on highlight reels for a long time.
incredible courage to even attempt that.
Drop. This match is getting the better of him.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer a good defense will even matter at this point. Ooh, sent straight into the ring post.
I can't begin to imagine what he's got planned here, guys.
Maybe it's a yard sale.
Gets lifted into position.
I still can't get over the look I always see on the Wild Samoans. It's like they have a one-track mind towards savage brutality.
They for sure answer yes to every question that makes up a scary tag team. Yes, they're rough. Yes, they're tough. Yes. Not a power.
2-on-2 tables match here with the masters of the match, the Dudley Boys, taking on the Wild Samoans.
There's always those thoughts in the back of your mind. My brother can beat up your brother. My brother can put your brother through a table faster. Finally, we get to see those thoughts become a reality.
Saxton, I never want to hear about the inner workings of your mind ever again.
I second that, but the Dudley Boys and the Wild Samoans are two teams who also clearly have a few screws loose. This should be intense.
Ah, what a smash!
That is just insulting.
Hama and Sika, both individuals that compete barefooted. Not something common of most wrestlers, Corey, but it is actually very customary in the Samoan wrestling heritage.
It's how they train, it's how they live in the Isle of Samoa. And no one delays a fight just to put some boots on. Samoans are ready for battle at the drop of a hat. Ooh!
That's yours in your head. Now, these are obviously two juggernaut tag teams clashing, but this is also a match that clearly favors one team over the other. To be honest, Corey, do you think the Wild Samoans really have a chance in this one?
Taking flight!
What? They got all of that. Just taking flight and soaring through the sky.
What's he open to find down there? Got them off their feet here. And the Dudley Boys remain the kings of the tables match.
Here are your winners, from the Ray and Diva.
Here's the bell, and it's the Wild Samoans, Alpha and Sika, taking on Devon and Bubba Ray Dudley, the Dudley Boys. Look at this! Crashing to the floor.
A gnarly landing. That's why you can't get caught up in the heat of the moment.
An all-around bad decision.
And the Wild Samoans always have that gaze in their eyes, that look that makes you question their understanding of their surroundings.
Yeah, and I have to wonder if Alpha and Sika are even aware of what the table before. I'm afraid they'll just keep on dishing out punishment, expecting a bell to eventually ring.
A jumping headbutt.
And Alpha is clearly looking for a fight here.
Oh, my goodness. Ouch. My goodness.
Legs up.
The steel chair, never as innocent as it looks.
Oh, my! This is what you do when you're looking to do more than win a match. You're looking to hurt someone.
Corey, I've got to know, what can the Wild Samoans do to get the advantage in this tables match? After all, this is the Dudley Boys match, the match they put on the map, the match they're synonymous with.
Well, maybe the Wild Samoans have to be a little less wild, Cole. They still need to brutalize their opponents because that's what they do best. But the last thing Alpha and Sika want to do is rush head first into it. He's heading back to the ring. Alpha and Sika might have just shown us the prelude to the Dudley's demise.
A very ferocious demeanor emanates from the Wild Samoans, like they're part of a pack of untamed beasts. Here it is!
And he just decides to end the hold.
Wonder what he's thinking here. Oh! And he's only got one thing on his mind right about now.
Determination in his eyes, and
use of a foreign object.
He is getting rid of the turnbuckle pad. Don't say that too loud, Saxon. You might get caught. And over the top into a rough landing. Oh, headbutt right to the shoulder. That's using your noggin.
The Dudley Boys came in tonight knowing they had to turn up the dial. Had to match Alpha and Sika's level of aggression. Bubba Ray and Devon know they have to be extreme.
To the sky. Good Lord. Taking flight. From all the way up. Wasted no time. Flying out to the floor. Popped up. Into the Samoan drop. Incredible.
The Wild Samoans just completely wrecking the Dudley.
And Alpha and Sika just beat the Dudley Boys at their own game.
Here are your winners, Alpha and Sika, the Wild Samoans.
And it's the Wild Samoans standing tall, having beat the Dudley Boys at their own game.
Devon and Bubba pushed Alpha and Sika to their limits, but in the end, there was only one way this match could end.